Hello everyone, this is Najmeddin Scorpion, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about training. I'm going to share a story with you, a true story. I'm going to share my story with you. Today in class, it was an amazing class today, but it hit me, and I wanted to make this video and share with you a few things. You know, this is my story. I was born very weak. I was physically weak. And being born as a karateka, a son of the biggest master in the Middle East, I needed to be strong, but I couldn't. I was very fast, I was very flexible, but I wasn't strong. So at the age of 6 I started fighting and karate fights and tournaments, and I used to win a lot. But then if I got a punch in the stomach, it used to hurt. If I got kicked in the ribs, my ribs used to snap and break. And you know something? It drove me crazy. And one day in school, when I was jumped by I don't know how many boys, that was the end of it. Because I was a karate kid who was getting beaten up. And this is a true story. And then one day I couldn't take it anymore. And I decided to change my life. And yes, training does change your life. It does. Training will help you become something that you were not aware of. You couldn't even imagine. With the right training, with the proper training, what you can accomplish. You can never even imagine it. I started training like a donkey every single day. I trained with big-ass Russians. I used to hold the pad. They used to kick and they used to break my ribs through the pad. And that just murdered me. And it didn't stop me. The doctors looked at my ribs and they said, you needed another 1 year to be able to fight. I was fighting the next month. Yeah, I was very fast. I was talented with that. I was talented with my kicks because I have very good kicks. But I wasn't strong still. And it took me years. But I did change the course of my body. I became, one day, I'll tell you this is when I found out what I had become. I was holding that pad and all 5 big Russians throwing kicks hard and hard and hard. And I was standing there taking it. About 30 minutes, they got tired. And then one of them suddenly stops and looks at me and says, you're bleeding. And I run to the toilet and I see blood coming down my nose. All that blood came up to my head and it just exploded out of my nose. And I took their kicks for 30 minutes. And that's when I knew, that day, I knew that I have accomplished. I knew that I had become stronger. They used to sit in the car, all 5 of them. I used to push the car around the block 5, 6 times. People used to come and help me push the car as well. They thought I was, then I was like, no, I was training, let me do it. And then I started fighting professionally, Muay Thai, boxing, MMA, and I've proved myself to myself before anything. I've proved myself to my father and to myself. Most importantly, this is what I want to get to. You've got to set a target. You've got to set a target and think, I'm going to do nothing but focus and get to that target. Anyone can do it, and you know something? There's only one way to do this, and it's the hard way. There is no other way. There is no pain. There is no fatigue. There is no looking back. And there is no limit. You got to think, no, I can get stronger. I can get stronger. You got to become crazy, like me. I'm training every day like a maniac. And I've injured myself so many times. I have a loose toe, completely loose. It's just loose. It's useless. I don't even use it. I have this now. I tore my tendon. Now this is what my finger is going to look like for the rest of my life. I just busted my arm. But you know something? I'm still training. I train twice a day, and I'm going to train twice tomorrow, and so on. And this is what you got to do if you want to accomplish, if you want to get to that success, knowing that I can walk around and say, I'm strong. You got a baseball bat? Hit me in the stomach. I'll show you what I'm made of. This is the point. If you want to fight one day, this is what you want to get to. If you want to look good, you got to murder yourself. There's no other way. You can't walk on the treadmill and talk on the phone like we see it in Dubai all the time. You can't do that. You've got to set that target where you know this is where I'm going. No matter what, there is no stopping me. Nobody can turn me down. People look at me, oh, you got bigger now, khalas, don't get any bigger. I want to get bigger, man. I want to get stronger and bigger. I don't care what y'all say to me. Y'all can go screw yourselves. And this is the kind of attitude you gotta have. You gotta listen to nobody. And you gotta do it the hardest way ever. Set a target and think. Try your training 1 month. If you're not closer to your target, there's something wrong with your training. Work on it. Fix it. That's what I would say. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no fate but what we make for ourselves. We make our fate. We have paths every single day of our lives. You can wake up one day and ruin the rest of your life by doing a stupid mistake, fighting on the street and going to jail. Killing somebody or something because you're powerful or you're stronger. We have paths every day and we get to choose where to go. We make our own fate. We can choose. Do I want to become that somebody? Do I want to become like that? Was my dream to fight in K1 since I was a child. This guy beat Kid Yamamoto, the UFC fighter, and I knocked him out in the 3rd round. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta wake up every single morning and aim for that success and that victory. And aim high, really high. Aim for something that you think you cannot do. I never thought in my life that I'd carry 130 kilograms on my shoulders. Weighing at 62 kilograms, today I'm 81 kilograms. It took me a couple of years to get to this, but I did. I did it, and so can you. You know, they say, lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten. There has to be blood. There should be some blood. Otherwise you won't get there. Choose your own fate. Choose your own path. Look, we're given paths every day. 20 paths, 100 paths, you could choose any of them. You do what you gotta do. The rest is up to God. But you do what you gotta do. This is my message to everybody watching this video. I hope that this video somehow gave you an idea about how much of a tough life I had to get to where I am today. Punching holes through watermelons with one finger, with this finger right here. I never thought I'd do something like that. 10 years ago I'd look back and say, I could never do that. But I did it, and I want you to do it too. If you have a target, please work your ass off. Bleed if you have to. Cry if you have to. You got to get to the point where you want to throw up on your training. And go and throw up and come back and carry on training. This is all I got to say. I wish you the best in everything you do. I wish you can have the success that I have of accomplishing what I want to become. And still, a lot more. This is nothing. I'm not even halfway there. But you gotta think to yourself, this is your target and that's me, and I've got to come closer to it. I've got to push myself to it. Think about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video helped you somehow. If you have anything, please write a comment or, send me a message. Talk to me about your training. Talk to me about how you got to your training. Some of you people did before, and I want to hear more about it. So tell me what you think. Thank you for everything, and I hope I can hear from you and make another video soon. Take care. This is Najmeddin Scorpion.